Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live Drop the Tea. How is everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? Thank you guys so much for coming over to my live. I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming over to my live. You guys, I did not come on live yesterday because I'm dealing with some stuff still with the flooding with my basement. So I do apologize about that. But I'm trying to get some stuff done. We had a really bad flood here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So we're still dealing with the aftermath of that. A lot of stuff in my basement got damaged. So I'm dealing with a lot of stuff from that. So but I appreciate each and every one of you guys for still hanging in there with me and supporting the channel. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight. So as you come in, please hit the thumbs up button, please, and thank you. Hello, Linnell. Hello, Cupcake Mommies. Hello, Janetta Speaks. Hello, Linda Gamble. Thank you so much for coming and getting my channel together. Hello, Sonia. Let's see who else is in here. And as you guys come in, please hit the thumbs up button. I'm doing good, Linda. As expected, it is what it is. I can't do nothing about Mother Nature, it is what it is. So, Texas got the flood. We got the flood. Now I think Tennessee is getting the flood. I think Tennessee is being flooded right now. New Jersey got the flood. New York got the flood. So I think it was Wisconsin's time. But I heard Tennessee is getting a lot of flooding right now, too. So I guess it's just making its rounds to flooding out everybody. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Guys, I was also looking in Gladys Knight. They said her husband, her kids are trying to they're calling adult services on her husband for allegedly adult abuse. We're going to talk about that. Her sons are on here kind of tearing up crying. They think that her husband allegedly is forcing her to perform on stage, and they saying that she's not continent, that she's not really all there. I think they saying that she suffers a little bit from slight dementia, but from what I've been seeing, Gladys Knight at concerts, she knows all the words to the songs, or so she must know what she's doing. But her kids seem to think that the husband is doing adult neglect, so they have called the people on him. And you're going to hear her son talk about it. Now, it's one thing to want to go out there and perform, and it's another thing to force someone to go out there to perform. Allegedly, the son thinks that their mom is being AB'd. So if somebody think that their parents or whatever is being AB'd, you have every right to follow up on that and contact the proper authorities for that. So we're going to get into that. Also, guys, we have the alleged footage of what happened the night that Hood and Kirk and Rashida's son Kai and Kelsie them had a altercation. We have the alleged footing. Now, this footing that we're going to look at of him putting his hands allegedly on Kelsie and how he has her down on the bed, look like he choking her out. Baby, look here. Look, my thoughts and prayers go out to both sides, both, I'm going to say both families at this time. But what I see on this video here, look, somebody's mom will be getting a black dress ready like they are now. You don't put your hands on my damn daughter. No, not like he was doing. No, ma'am. And we're going to get into the video. I don't know how they got the video, but they got the video of him allegedly choking her out on the bed. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Okay, we're going to look at that. Also, I'm talking about Melanie. She's having a TikTok live on August 23rd. Also, y'all know Sugar Mama. She done got a call from school. Some little boy, maybe called herself liking her, but you can't be touching little kids do stuff, at school. My son had a little incident like that himself, but he was in first or second grade. You know how they get to liking each other and stuff. So somebody, a little boy, hit little sugar mama on her little rear end or what have you. And you should have seen Tank and Mariah's face when Melanie said that the school called, and Tank and Mariah thought they were calling for them. So, Melanie said, well, I'm going to have to go up to the school and walk around up there because they're both in middle school now. So that was so funny. Melanie was talking about it, and the kids were, giving their reaction because Mariah said she sure thought the school was calling about her. So we're going to have to get into that and see what's going on with that. And also some other things that Melanie is talking about she's doing as well. What else are we talking about? Remy Ma and Papoose. They're saying that Papoose is absolutely broke. They said Clarissa Shields is allegedly footing the bill for everything. Clothes, food, shelter, car. Now, I just don't believe Papoose is broke like that because he has a job, y'all. So I don't believe that. But we're going to talk about it. They said that allegedly they're trying to say that Remy called Clarissa out to fight her. Now, everybody know that when you are a professional boxer, you cannot be going around here fighting people. Your hands are considered a weapon. That's just like you got a pow. You cannot go out here be challenging people to fight and all that. You can go to end up in jail for that. Your hands are registered. So they are considered a weapon. You have to be in extreme danger to use your hands to fight their weapons. Anytime your hands are registered, you cannot do that. So I don't know if they informed her of that or told her about that. You can't do that. Now, if you want, the man, that's fine. That's fine. But I would be pushing on you to be getting a divorce while you up here already planning out your life for the next 10 years with a married man. And I would want the ring and marriage before I go ahead and push out some kids. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying, y'all. But we're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about our Black History facts as well. And please, guys, as you come in, hit that thumbs up button. That's how you can support the channel. That's how you keep me in the algorithm by me getting likes. Okay? And also, if you want to support the channel in any other ways, you guys know how to do that as well. Also, let's get the housekeeping out the way. Let's get that out the way here. Let me put that up here. Let me put my banner up. All things said are alleged in my very own opinion is for entertainment purposes only. It's all in my very own opinion is for entertainment purposes only. I do not own the rights to any clips or any music that I may play in my video. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Also, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use is also in my chat, the Fair Use Act, guys. It's also in the chat, and it's also going across the screen here. Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right, guys, we're at the 10-minute mark. All right, thank you so much, Linda. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Now, guys, I'm trying to be fair here because it's two sides of, it's two families that are hurt. One side had, just imagine this and put yourself in these two family shoes here. You got one side of the family who everybody know if you got a brother or sister, if somebody is harming your sister and you are a brother, father, uncle, you will, sometimes we go and do stuff without thinking, okay? And sometimes, when we know these people are going to be back together again, we usually try to just call the police, and we try not to get in it, guys. We do. For this reason right here. Okay? And usually when you get into something, the person end up going right back with them. And then you go looking stupid. They had a gather. You didn't went over here and jumped on this woman or this man for your brother or your sister. And then they right back together. So that's why a lot of people do not get in in their kids' business or their brother or sister business or vice versa, man or woman business, because they're back together. Or because you could go over there and really do harm to somebody and you end up in jail. Okay? But if you are hurting somebody's sister and she's been getting DV for years and you were there, you go help your sister. Or vice versa. If somebody didn't jumped on you and you got a pow, you go handle your business, right? Just being honest. We got to do this. But then on the other hand, when you are the receiving family, that someone that took your loved one, you want justice for that person. And I understand that. But you also got to be an adult here, where if your son or your brother is doing DV to somebody, you got to expect that too. There's consequences when you that come with you putting your hand on somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's mother. There's consequences come with that, or cousins. So you have to take responsibility for that, okay? And we're going to get into this video guide. I got the trigger warning up as well, because this is bad, guys. I don't know how all these videos getting out. We got recordings and things like that. And my thing is this right here. People have been questioned, but then let go. And to my knowledge, when you are involved with a murder, allegedly, you are held. But for some reason, people are not being held. When you go pull up the police report, shout out to Lakeisha, there's nothing on the police report. There's not even a full description of what happened or anything. And I've never seen that. If you got a police report, there's names and things like that, or who said what and things like that. And even Lakeisha said she's never seen a police report like that before. So I don't know. People are starting to, with their thoughts like, these people know people? Why has nobody been held? But they're saying that the prime suspect is caught. So if you are a suspect, don't you supposed to be held? Just saying. So guys, we're going to get into this video. And please let me know what y'all think. Hello, sweetie. Hello, Elisa Triplet. Hello. And guys, if you're not subscribers on my channel, please think about becoming a subscriber. We are trying to grow the channel over here. And we got the trigger warning up as well. So we're going to get into this right here. And I want y'all opinion, and I want you guys to interact with me and tell me what y'all think about this. How is all this information getting out about this case here? Pretty soon it ain't gonna be no case. We're gonna be to figure everything out here. Because if you have this tape, why don't the police have it? But we're gonna get into this, and I want to hear y'all thoughts or opinions, in the chat, guys. So we're gonna look at it twice. So it says here, Gossip City drops alleged video of T. Hood assaulting Kelsie Frost on the night of his unaliving. So we're getting ready to show this, guys. Trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think here. I'm going to show it. Now, that's T. Hood, and that's Kelsie here. Look, he is he look wow. What type of is he on something? Did he go back again? Jesus. She landed on the bed. Wait a minute. What did she do? She landed on the bed or maybe sleep. He goes in there and pounces on her. He goes in there and pounces on this young lady. Allegedly. And for entertainment purposes only. He goes in there and pounces on her. Let's watch it again. Now look, I don't condone no violence on this channel, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. Look, there he go right there. He on top of her. Look at his hands right there. Around this young lady neck. There go his head. There go his hands around, allegedly, around her neck. Look at this. He on top of this young lady. She don't wear nothing but a bucko five. This don't make no sense. Look at her. And then he punched. Then she didn't feel him out. He done took his jacket off. What? Did he? Oh hell no, hell no. I'm sorry. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. Look here. Look at allegedly. This is all allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. Allegedly. No, ma'am. No. And you talking about you love this man? He your everything? And this is not the first time he been beating on her. Allegedly been um beating on her. Allegedly. And this is who you want to snuggle up with at night? Girl, I don't know what y'all call love, but somebody put their hands on me like that, they gonna be meek. Well, they meet their maker now, but I'm just saying, y'all, this is terrible. This is bad, y'all. This is bad. Now, how is these YouTuber is getting all this information, and the police don't have nothing? We got recordings. We got the video. Why don't the police have none of that? We doing the job for the police. We doing the job of the police, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the chat about this, guys. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. We got all the evidence up here on the YouTube here. We got all the evidence. Because y'all the ones should have this evidence. Y'all should have the evidence. Why don't we have the evidence? The YouTube is solving the case for you. That's what it seems like to me. What do we have going on here? This makes no sense. It makes no sense here. This is really bad, y'all. This is really, really bad. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think here. What do y'all think here? Okay, let me see what y'all. Hello, Deborah. Hello. Welcome. Now, Okay, you said she suffers from battered woman syndrome. Okay, yeah, because look, we all been there before. We've been in love. We've been in love, but um, you know, um, oh, and I'll be honest with you. Y'all know I tell y'all the truth. I had someone try to do that, but they won't do it no more. I don't play, and they got the scar right now to this day to prove. Don't put your hand on me. No, no, no. I don't play. You said, Jonetta Switch, you said after he put his hands around her neck, was he going into her purse? That's what it looked like to me. Or he going into some type of bag or something. Okay. Okay, Chanel said he was wrong, but I do not feel he should have been unalive in jail. Yes. Okay. Okay, Chanel. Y'all know it's a safe space over here. All of us have a right to our own opinions, and I want to hear y'all opinions. Hello, my lady. Well, he won't do it again. Okay. Yeah, because he no longer with us. He didn't want to meet the Most High. Oh, well, if he made it there, but I'm just saying. But look, I don't condone nobody, no, I don't condone, nobody being unalive. But I'm just saying. But sometimes people cannot black out. You try. It's like if you trying to unalive me or something like that, yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. Well, I don't know. I'm glad she had a camera in her room. You said, "Well, I didn't know. I'm glad she had a camera in her room." Yeah, a lot of stuff is coming out. Yeah, she is tiny. She is so tiny, y'all. 34 likes and 42 in the chat. Can we get the likes up, please, and thank you? Can we get those likes up, please, and thank you? Uh, Presley, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the channel. And if you're new to my channel, thank you guys so much for stopping by. And if you like the commentary, please think about becoming a subscriber. We would love to have you. Hello, sweet tea. Hello, Elisa. Hello, hello, hello. But y'all know, hello, Lori. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all, please, can we get the likes up, please, and thank you. He's on that podcast one day. He's on that podcast one day a week. He can't be making a lot of money. Okay, so you said he's on the podcast one day a week. He can't be making a lot of money. They said he was an up and coming rapper. They said he was making his way in the ATL streets. They say he's an up and coming rapper. But anybody who put their hand on a woman to me is a punk. And I'm just gonna say it. They're a punk. What did that young lady do to you that bad that you had to come in there and pounce on her like that? Why? I teach my sons to never to put their hands on a woman. It's not that serious. They doing something to you. If they got a weapon, try to push them down and run out the house. You don't sit there with your fist and pounce on no woman. How would you like if somebody do that to your sister or your mama? And that's the example that I give them. Okay, well then don't do it to nobody else's sister or mama or daughter. That's the example that I give. I don't know. And another thing is he's a suspect. Now, if YouTube has footage, and then if YouTube has Kelsie admitted to T Hood's mama that her brother them do it, why isn't nobody being arrested? Why are they saying they're suspect? If anybody wants to explain that to me. Now we got a video. How's all this stuff getting leaked onto the internet and the police don't got it? And then when you go look at the report, there's nothing really on the report. None of this stuff. None of what Kelsie's saying. And Kelsie is saying she told the police all of this. Y'all, we have to talk to our younger young ladies and let them know it's not okay for nobody to put their hands on you. It's not okay. Who performed at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas last night, Linda? Yeah, we just got to be careful out here in these streets, and and who we dealing with. We got to be careful out here, guys. We got to be careful out here in these streets because we don't know what we dealing with out here. These people, we got to be careful of who we dealing with and these young men you want to talk to and things like that. We got to be careful out here. We got to be careful. We just got to be careful. And and Kurt and Rashida still have not came out here and said one word. Now, we got to, we got to wonder why Kurt and Rashida. Now I know the lawyers is probably telling them not to say nothing if they got a lawyer, but I still would try to say, something. Or you could, even to that effect, you can say that, come out and say, well, guys, I know what y'all been hearing, but I've been advised by my lawyer not to speak. What's wrong with saying that? What's wrong with saying that? I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying that. That's not saying nothing. What do y'all think? Let me know what y'all think about that. Because it's a lot, y'all. It is a lot that's going on out here with this case. And they said that Rashid and them, the bistro has not been opened up in a while because of this. It has not been open. And they losing money by not having their restaurant open. But how can they have that restaurant open, guys? Y'all know how the game go. Y'all know how things go. If they were to open up the restaurant, that wouldn't, that probably wouldn't go well, guys. Probably wouldn't go well. Just saying. Because these people, I think these people would try to pow up their restaurant. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think if they open up that restaurant that they would try to pow up their restaurant? Let me know. Let me know if y'all think that they would have tried to pow up their restaurant if they open it up. Y'all let me know. Because I think that if they do that, it's gonna be a problem. And if they try to do to the store as well, if they try to open up that store, they might try to do something as well. So y'all let me know what y'all think. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying they're gonna do it for sure, but I'm just saying. All right, guys. So if I hear anything else or see anything else, I'm going to let you guys know because I told you guys I'm going to be following up on this story in regards to this. Give me just a second. So I'm going to be following this. So we're going to move on to another story here that I've been following as well. We're going to move on to another one. Now this right here, guys, let me bring this up here. I was debating if I wanted to. Okay, we're gonna bring this up here. We'll bring this up here. Now, I told y'all, now they say that Gladys Knight, guys, is not doing that well. Let me see how many likes we got. They said Gladys Knight is not doing that well, guys. Hello, Lisa. My tea sipper. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Beijing gal. How you watching from Barbados? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You said Deborah said, didn't the brother live there with them? So I can see where this could happen if he was there with his sister was being abused, and not saying he should have taken his life. Okay. My uncle lost his life putting his hands on a woman, and her brother took his life, and I miss my uncle, but he was wrong for putting his hands on her. I'm sorry, and that was not the first time. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Deborah. And that's what I'm saying, guys. It could be our family members, our brothers, uncles, cousins, things like that. And sometimes, you got to try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Now, if that was your daughter, just imagine if that was your daughter and somebody was uh, putting their hands on her. Okay, that's where I'm trying to get us to see, trying to see both sides. Where if somebody was putting their hands on your daughter, let's just put it there. What would you do? Now, I'm not saying this man deserved to be unalive and taken off of this earth. The police should have been called too. The police should have been called too. But see, my mind would have snapped. I'm just being with you. The right thing to do is to call the police. But see, I'm thinking the wrong thing to do. But the right thing would have been to call the police, y'all. That's the right thing to do. But see, when you put your hand on my daughter, because y'all know my daughter is the only daughter, I'm not thinking like that. That's what I'm saying. But the right thing to do is to call the police. But again, I wouldn't be thinking like that. And my daughter is the only daughter, and she has 3 brothers, and they wouldn't have been thinking like that either. Just keeping it real with y'all. Just keeping it above. Think about that. If that was your auntie, your mom. Think about that. If that was your mom, some man was putting his hands on your mom. So that's, that's what I'm saying, guys. If that, that's what I'm saying. All right, guys, let's see what else we got here. My lady says, I think that Kirk and Rashida is not charged with a crime. Their adult child is. But what they're saying is that now you could be charged with party to the crime if, like they're saying, they said Rashida and Kirk was around the corner and they picked up their kids. Now, if you, and this is all allegedly, if you pick up a person from a crime scene, you're party to the crime. So they saying that they picked them up, allegedly. Yes, retaliation. You said your uncle was wrong, Deborah? Okay. My uncle case, in my uncle's case, her brother walked in while he was beating his sister. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's hard. I don't know that. I don't know why men do that. Give women black eyes and stuff, break their ribs, their arms, their legs and stuff. What is all that for? What is all that for? Go out there in the street and fight these men. What you want to do that to a woman for? You think that's gonna make a woman listen to you by you hurting her like that? I just I can't. And they said this is not the first time this young man has jumped on her. It's been numerous of times, from what I heard. Just saying. They called all. You said they. Well, I think you mean they could all go to jail low key. Yeah. And sometimes, y'all, our kids can get us in some stuff. They can. They can get us involved in some stuff. But one thing she kept it real about, she said, what she was trying to do, she's playing both sides of the family. She's telling this boy family one thing, and then she's telling, I believe, Rashid and Kirk something different from what I heard on those videos, from what I heard on the tape. Excuse me, on the recording. What I heard on the recording. That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't see. Now, if he seen if he heard the sister there crying or something to that effect. Now they said Kai lived with her. Now, why would Kai be living with his sister? I'm sure Rashida would have got him a house. That's her baby. I'm sure she would have got him a house. Just saying. But we're going to have to follow this story because something ain't adding up here, guys. Something ain't adding up. The police report look like it's allegedly fake or ain't all together, ain't been put together. Then we got suspects, we got video recording, we got recordings, and still nothing's been done. And T Hood said that the police and the detectives is treating her like a dog. And so many words they telling her, don't call them, they'll call her. She said she's getting treated like a dog, and she was doing a petition trying to boycott Rashida and them restaurant. They was telling people not to watch Love and hip hop. So there's a lot of stuff that they're trying to do. And right now, what's going on right now? Right now, yeah, she up there at Martha's venue. Is it Martha's venue? Martha's venue. She's out there with a wine at. So she don't got, Rob Rashida here dealing with stuff, dealing with things here. Rashida and Kirk seem to be into it with everybody. They into it with K. Michelle, and they also into it with Mendeecees and Yandy. So they got a lot. They got a lot going on, and then they got the stuff with their kids. So You know, when it rains, it pours. So I don't think they're thinking about K Michelle right now or Yandy. Let me know what y'all think in the chat, because they got this stuff going on with their son here. So it's a lot. It is a lot, y'all. Hello, my degree is real. Yeah, so we're gonna see what happened, guys. We're gonna follow the story. Now, I want to move on to Gladys Knight, guys. Now, I have seen Gladys Knight a couple times performing, and she didn't look like nothing was wrong with her. But the kids are saying that her husband got her out here performing, and she's not in any shape to be performing. So let's take a look at this, guys, and see what's going on here with Gladys Knight, because her son, kind of crying. Let's see.
She couldn't form complete sentences and coherent thoughts.
If you recall, Hankerson served time in prison for failing to pay over $1 million in payroll taxes for the restaurant he owned, Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles in Atlanta. His mom, Gladys Knight, later sued to have her name and likeness removed from the business. She won. Around July 23rd, he says he drove from Atlanta to Asheville, North Carolina, where she lives, to file a formal complaint of elder abuse with the Buncombe County Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm extremely concerned about how she is being handled right now.
I just want to be clear, because some people might be like, she's going on tour. And his son is
I don't care about any of that. As a matter of fact, I don't care about anybody saying I'm sabotaging anything. I really don't care. I could care less. I really don't care. Am I sabotaging it? Absolutely. I'm sabotaging it. I am sabotaging it. Put that out there, because I don't want my mom out on tour, on a tour bus, wondering where she's at. That's my mom. I truly love her and don't care about her ever working a second longer while she's alive. The direction that she's going in is pushing her to a departure, and I don't want to see that.
When did you realize, oh shoot, something is wrong here?
When I really noticed it was like right at my sentencing, where she came to speak for me. And she couldn't form complete sentences and coherent thoughts.
If you recall, Hankerson served time in prison for failing to pay over $1 million in payroll taxes for the restaurant he owned, Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles in Atlanta. His mom, Gladys Knight, later sued to have her name and likeness removed from the business. She won. Around July 23rd, he says he drove from Atlanta to Asheville, North Carolina, where she lives, to file a formal complaint of elder abuse with the Buncombe County Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm extremely concerned about how she is being handled right now.
I just want to be clear, because some people might be like, she's going on tour. And his son is.
I don't care about any of that. As a matter of fact, I don't care about anybody saying I'm sabotaging anything. I really don't care. I could care less. I really don't care. Am I sabotaging it? Absolutely. I'm sabotaging it. I am sabotaging it. Put that out there, because I don't want my mom out on tour, on a tour bus, wondering where she's at. That's my mom. I truly love her.
Okay, guys, do y'all think something is wrong with Gladys Knight? Do y'all think, have y'all been seeing her in concert? Do y'all think she knows what she's singing? Because I haven't heard her miss a beat or miss any, any words or anything for any songs. Do y'all think that she's being elder abused, allegedly? Okay, two things can be true at the same time. He may have just called. Okay, all right. Okay. But we're going to see where this goes, because, it's kind of similar to Wendy Williams as well. So we're going to see where this goes, guys. With the son and the husband. So I'm taking maybe the son and the husband don't get along, or what have you. So that's why I'm taking this as they don't get along, guys. So we're gonna see where this goes. All right, guys, moving on to we're gonna move over here to, you said I read where at. Where are you speaking of? What are you speaking about? Are you talking about Gladys Knight, Deborah? Let me know. All right, guys, we're gonna move over to Yandy. Now, guys, I want to know this right here. If you are in a spiritual spiritual marriage, and both you and your spiritual husband are spiritually cheating, do you think it's time to call it quits? Because from where I'm looking at, when I look at Mendeecees, Mendeecees looks disgusted with Yandy. Even though, y'all know, men cannot take the same hurt that they give to us. And that's why I think Mendeecees is that. I really believe that Mendeecees didn't think Yandy was cheating on him. Now, let me know in the chat if y'all think Mendeecees knew that Yandy was cheating. Because I don't. Looking at that man, look at Yandy. He's looking at Yandy with disgust. Like it's a wrap. Like he don't want to be with Yandy no more. Even though he said that he don't have a plan B. And, you know, when a man tell you that you're gonna always be family, he's saying that because Yandy held him down while he was in jail and they got kids together. So they're always going to be family. They got kids together, of course. But I don't know if he's just saying that because of the show, telling Yandy that he still, you know, that he loves her and things like that. But his body language doesn't give me that he loved Yandy, that he loves Yandy. He looks at Yandy with disgust. Let me know if y'all picked that up in that clip that I showed y'all, that he doesn't look at Yandy like she is his wife. He's looking at her with disgust. Because again, men cannot take the same hurt that they give us. And to know that your woman been with another man and been getting your back blown out, when Mendeecees looks at her, I think all he can see is Yandy and that man. But let me know if y'all think that. Because I'm telling you, he don't look at Yandy the same way no more. I think after, you know, this show go, I think they're gonna go their own separate ways. I think Mendeecees is trying to just hold on and hang in there until, you know, love and hip hop is over with because of the money. That's what I'm getting out of it, guys. His body language and his eyes and things like that. That's what it's giving me. I don't even think they sleeping together. I don't even think they having sex, y'all. I've just been keeping it 100 with you. Let me know what y'all think, because I don't think they together like that. I don't. And now the friend, he's doing an interview, guys. The friend is doing an interview. The friend is doing an interview, and the interview is going to be coming out soon. Brian will be coming out with the interview, and I don't know what Yandy has did so bad to this young man. The only thing Yandy said she did was told this young man that she needed some space, that she was kind of feeling smothered. It's nothing wrong with that. You know, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. If you feel that you being smothered by a friendship, you know, and you want a little break, nothing wrong with that. If that's how he felt, you know, if that's how he feel, that's how he feel. So Brian said, you know, Yandy said she wanted a break from her friend. But he don't see it that way because he's the godparents to Yandy's kids. So I guess he wanted to be around the family and the kids a lot, and Yandy wasn't having it. So this is what he's saying, guys. So let's take a listen.
I just left the dentist, so my shit is still numbed. But I just want to let everybody know that I'm gonna have a sit-down interview, and I'm gonna tell it like it is. tell my side of everything, whatever. Because what she's not gonna do is sit here and act like I tried to break her family up, when in fact I tried to save her shit, right? But Sierra got everything wrong. Everybody got everything all mixed up and wrong. I'm not saying Sierra didn't see him out, but the information she got is all wrong and twisted up. I know all the real shit, right? So yeah, y'all tune into that. It's coming soon. I just want to know, like, I was a friend to that lady. Like, I ain't never harmed her kids. That bitch left me with her kids. I damn near raised the kids. I fucking was around all her money, counted her money by hand, never took $1.50, like, jewelry. Like, I never did. And I want to know what I did so fucked up as a friend. I was a friend to that lady in every way that you could think of, right? So ask her what the fuck Brian did so wrong, right? Until now. And another thing, people are so crazy. When you're not friends any longer, all bets is off. I don't know who the fuck made that rule. You don't say, you don't do. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. And that might be true depending on the circumstances of what happened or whatever. But y'all motherfuckers don't know my life. Y'all don't know what went on and what happened and the ins and outs of this fucking narcissist and this fucking controlling, manipulative. Another thing, she really like why does she like to play? I don't understand why she, like I said, why you want to play with somebody that knows each and every detail and got receipts and stuff. I don't get it. I don't get it. Listen, I had a beautiful summer. I wasn't thinking about you, but I told you, I said, opt out of the question about me. Don't say nothing about me. You want to fake cry and manipulate. You can't do that over here. I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you your secrets. I don't owe you anything, sweetheart. You did all of this stuff to yourself. And don't think I'm not privy to all the bullshit you say behind my back. Please don't think that. It's just pitiful, mama. And let's be clear. I ain't never give a fuck about what you did with your pussy. Your pussy is your pussy. Like I told Mendeecees when he found out all the shit he found out. Nigga, you can't get mad at me. I don't got no pussy. That ain't my pussy. That's your pussy. You supposed to have that on lock. You gotta respect the code of the street, my nigga. Like, she was my friend. I ain't never tell that nigga nothing. He couldn't get shit out of me. Not one peep sound about nothing. But this bitch acted as if I did, which is so baffling to me or whatever. You just wanted space. You ain't fuck, bitch. I'm gonna tell him exactly what happened, word for word, bitch. I was at your house for all of 4 days, bitch. I just got back from St. Bart's, minding my business. You asked me to come to Atlanta for that opening of a restaurant that's not even really yours. Like, you want all of this. I don't want to do this. I don't have time for this. You want all of this, so I'm gonna give it all to you. I just left the dentist for my own.
Okay, guys. So what do we think about this? I don't know. Guys, this, with friends like this, may I never have a friend like this. We get into it, he want to tell everything, and he said that, you know how people say that, you take your secrets to the grave. He said that ain't none of his rule. He said, because if he your friend and y'all get into it, he gonna tell everything. He don't care. He said he not that type of friend. So he said all bets are off when y'all friends, and if y'all get into it, he telling everything. And then whoever is friends with him and Yandy, And whatever Yandy is saying about him, they coming back telling him. So I don't know what type of friendship they, other people that Yandy know that he know, but it's getting back to him that Yandy's still talking about him. So he's going to be doing an interview where he's telling everything he said. Now, do I agree with this? No, because when you're friends and y'all break up from being friends, to me, I was raised, where you take, stuff to the grave, But this new generation, I don't know. This new generation, they on something else, okay? Something completely different, okay, than anything I've ever seen. This man, he gets on the internet, he just starts, spilling the beans. And he did say that, it appears to me that Mendeecees was asking him information, and he never gave the information to this young man. He never gave Mendeecees the information that he wanted about Yandy. So, it goes two ways here. Let me see here. What did you say, Deborah? I'm sorry, I read where she was on tour and she got lost and went to the wrong hotel. And the lady at the desk recognized her and called the hotel next door. And her manager came and got her. Oh, wow. Now that's dangerous. Because, we got some food. We got some fools out here. People, will get a star and try to hold them allegedly for ransom or anything. They could have kidnapped her. Now that is dangerous. Now, if she is suffering from some type of dementia and get lost and don't know where she at and things like that, that is dangerous. Now, if she's doing that, she don't need to be out on tour. Now I agree with her son with this, Deborah, because she could get lost and people could kidnap her for ransom. Now I do agree with that. I saw a video with T Hood and Scrappy together. I wonder how he feels since he was friends with everyone. Scrappy, I don't know about Scrappy, y'all. Scrappy is, I know, but see, Scrappy now act like women to me, him and Jock, because he's telling, whatever Mendeecees and Yandy say, he go back and tell Kurt and Rashida, where him and Jock need to just be neutral and stay out of it. If Mendeecees and Yandy did say something, I don't think it's Jock and Scrappy place to go back and tell Kurt and Rashida what they said. Now, I don't agree with that. I told you, men gossip more than women do. You said, but he turned on Yandy. She did not do anything to him. She just responded to what he said about her. Yes, but it's something to the fact that when it first came out, he said Yandy took the kids away from him. From my understanding, let me know if I'm wrong in the chat. And he loved those kids. That's what he said. Yeah, Scrappy living up to his name. You right about that. And that woman he got, and then that threesome baby mama he got is a mess. Now, Scrappy brung the lady on the show. His new girlfriend said she was a realtor, and come to find out she's a stripper. And then the other baby mama, the one who just had the little boy by, he is so cute. His son, he is so cute. He's so handsome. She said that Scrappy is tricking on the woman and gives her crumbs. That's what his baby mama, Kiera, whatever her name is, she said Scrappy is a trick. And he barely does anything for the baby. That's what she's saying. But guys, I can't wait till we, get this story out so we can see what's really going on. Maybe he can put some more, Give me just a second, guys. Give me one moment here. Okay, guys, so we're going to see what's going to come down the pipeline. Hello, Lori Bill Carter. Hello, hello. Make sure you guys are hitting the thumbs up button. Let me know how many we have in the chat so far, how many likes we got. All right, guys, let's move over to Melanie Sheree. Let's see what's going on with her as well. Now, we also know that with her sugar mama, y'all know Melanie Kids has started back school. She will be having a live on August the 23rd. And Melanie got a phone call from school that a little boy had hit sugar mama on her rear end at gym. And she said that sugar mama got on in the car, didn't tell her nothing would happen at school. She didn't tell her nothing about nobody had hit her on the butt or nothing. And so when she first got the phone call, she said Tank and Mariah thought it was for one of them. So that was really funny what she was saying. So you know how little boys do. They like a little girl, they go tap them and things like that. But back in our days it wasn't a big deal, but now they don't want nobody touching nobody. So the principal said that they're gonna talk to his parents about it. I wonder what Martell said about this. I wonder what he said. Or did they notify him too of what happened? Just saying. Just saying. So let's take a look. Melanie looks like UPS is over there bringing a whole bunch of stuff for the live. So let's take a look. Let's take a look.
How many you got today? All right, that's not bad. You got some more coming tomorrow, just so you know. Y'all, we are gearing up, getting ready. Canavis has his. Canavis, show your sweatshirt. Let me see your sweat. Turn to the front. As millimeters, we stand on business hoodie on. And his K-Rock Entertainment hat, okay? In the rain.
Canavis is such a
we are getting ready for our August 23rd live. Make sure you join us. How many you got today? I got 9. All right, that's not bad. You got some more coming tomorrow.
So August 23rd, our next mega live is happening. We have so much in store for you. What would you like to see on Flash? The first 10 minutes. So she's asking, what would you guys like to see on Flash for the first 10 minutes of the mega live? So, she wants you to let her know what you guys want to see on Flash. Also, let me know if you guys are in the Facebook, and her Facebook. Oh my goodness, I can't think of it now. 7th Avenue, her Facebook of 7th Avenue Beauty. Let me know if you are registered in there. It's a group, Melanie 7th Avenue Beauty Group. Let me know if you're in there. Because she put a lot of stuff in there as well. So let me know if you guys are in there as well. So y'all know when Melanie do her TikTok, she always bring out something new. We already know she got the fruit punch. We know that. So we got to see what else she's going to have new. We know she got the sweatsuits in different colors. The athletic set, she got those in different colors. So we know that already. So what else will she be bringing? Now, I've been seeing Melanie in different outfits, so I don't know if she's doing a new drop for Jay Bolin, because these other looks that she has on here, I have never seen these looks before. So let me show y'all these looks that Melanie has, because I have never seen these looks here that Melanie has. Let me know if these are for Jay Bolin line here. These looks here, I have never seen Melanie with these looks here for Jay Bolin before. So this look here, I haven't seen this. So I don't know. This is a new look she's doing for Jay Bolin. And then this one, well, this is the same one, I think. Nope, this is different. I have never seen this one. Let me know, guys. Let me know, have y'all seen this look on Melanie before? Let me know, because this is something new. I haven't seen that before. And I usually know when Melanie has new stuff like this, it'd be from Jay Bolin, because we haven't seen Melanie with any new stuff on from Jay Bolin. So I'm wondering if she's got some new looks from Jay Bolin. Let me know in the chat, guys, if these are one of her new looks from Jay Bolin, because like I said, we haven't been seeing her doing having a lot from Jay Bolin. So let me know in the chat, guys. Also, Melanie is having another Winter Wonderland. Let me know if you're going to that as well. I think that is December 13th. Let me know if you guys are thinking about going to the Winter Wonderland. Now, I do want to go to the Winter Wonderland. Y'all know I go every year. Hello, Monique. I'm in the Facebook group, and also I brought some scrubs today on her TikTok live. Okay. It's 12 o'clock there in Philly. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for coming over and always supporting the channel. Melanie has new scented soaps for the 23rd. Oh, okay. New scented soaps. Okay, thank you, Sonia. Hopefully, I'll probably buy some, but y'all know I'm dealing with a lot of stuff with my basement. My basement got flooded, so I'm dealing with a lot of stuff with that. So my plan is to go to the Winter Wonderland, but I'm gonna have a lot of stuff that I have to pay for in my basement with the flooding. So we'll see. We're gonna see. That flooding did a lot of damage to a lot of stuff here in Wisconsin, and also to a lot of people here, because we haven't had the flooding like that, and a lot of people don't live in flood zones, so they didn't get the flood insurance. So we haven't had flooding like that since the 80s, I think, since the 80s. So this was like a big surprise to us. So, like I said, one thing after another. So we'll see. We're going to see how this goes. You said it could be a Jay Bolin collection. That's what I'm thinking. But Melanie usually tells us if she has a Jay Bolin collection, so we can buy things. She also has another regret outfit as well. She had a shirt that's another shirt and some jeans in the back of, I think it says regret or something to that effect. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is she doing another lineup for Jay Bolin? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. So maybe she'll let us know soon. But I know it was just his birthday, so hopefully she'll let us know soon if those pieces are available. Because I like that kind of stuff. I like, the grown sexy stuff now. Not too much, not a lot of tight stuff. I like the linen pants sets and things like that. The linen pants are like the little vests and things like that. So I like those looks like that. Or the linen pants are like a poncho thing over like Melanie got, and like a cowboy hat or a fedora hat. I like that look a lot. All right, guys, I want to talk about one thing, but y'all know I usually, like I told y'all, I do not watch the show. So people are saying that the Love and Marriage Huntsville ratings were high, which I don't believe, because people were trying to watch Hard and Hustle, but they were clicking on too fast, because on still Love and Marriage Huntsville still plays until 9:05, and if you're trying to watch Hard and Hustle, you need to wait till about 9:05 or 9:10 and click and then go over there, because if you go over too soon, then you'll give Love and Marriage Huntsville a rating. But I tell y'all, you guys are your own people. Y'all are critical thinkers. I don't care if y'all go to other content creators page. I don't care if y'all watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. Everybody's critical thinkers over here. So you do what you want to do. So that's what a lot of their ratings were coming from. But a lot of people have caught on now. So they said they're not going to start watching Hard and Hustle until about 9:05 or 9:10 to make sure they're not giving Love and Huntsville a review. Now that's that's everybody's choice to do. If they don't want to, give a rating to them, that's everybody's choice. Let's move on over here. Let's see here. Hello, Sugar Dumpling. Floods are no joke. My sis said to ask for sewer backup because anywhere in Wisconsin, floods is not covered by insurance, even if asked. Their answer is no. You have to pay for sewer backup, I believe. I got that. That's what I have, Sugar Dumpling. I have, when I got my house, I asked for sewage backup. So I do have that. I do have it. Yep. So, but the thing is, they want you to do the work. They want you to call the plumber out and make sure that your flooding was due to sewage and stuff back up. So I did that today. So hopefully, and I have to send over my estimates and stuff like that. So I did all of that today. But thank you so much. Thank you. It's because Wisconsin is not a flood or hurricane area zone. Right. We don't usually get floods like that. We don't get no flooding like that. And I'm not in a flood zone, and we don't flood like that. So that's why a lot of people don't have it. A lot of people house shifted. They house caved in. Their whole basement caved in. I do have those metal planks up around going around my basement for extra support of the house. There's steel beams that I got going around my house in the basement. So they're supposed to make sure if something happens like that, the house will still, be stable. And a lot of people didn't have that. The people who had the house before I bought it, they put all those metal beams going all around the basement to keep the house steady. So we had those, but a lot of people don't, and their foundation was moved, and their basement collapsed. A lot of basement collapsed. Yeah, so thank God for that. Hello, Lady Pooh. All right, we got 80 people in here. We should have 80 likes. And if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. We're trying to grow the channel. All right, so we're going to move right along here. Let's move along. But I don't want to keep y'all too long on here. So we're going to move along. Let's see here. We're going to go over to now. I want to share this story with you guys. How can a woman and a man go to court for paternity test. When a paternity test comes back, it says that the children don't belong to the mother. So, did the mother get the wrong kids at the hospital? Because when they swab the mother and the dad's mouth, the kids belong to the father, but the kids don't belong to the mother. How is that possible? Do you got the wrong kids? But I don't think that's possible either, because how could you get four different kids at the hospital? So we're going to take a look at this couple who the mother was, they were saying the mother was not the mother to the kids. Then CPS got involved thinking the woman was trying to run some type of fraud. But how is that possible that you do a swab and they're saying that these are not your biological kids? How? So we're going to take a look and see why that happened. Why this lady, they told her these were not her biological kids. Just imagine you doing a swab test and somebody saying, these are not your kids. The mother, these are not your kids. So let's take a look at this.
Imagine being told that you and your kids need to take a DNA test in order to prove that their father is in fact their father. But when you get the results back, you find out that you are not their biological mother. How is this even possible? This all started when a woman named Lydia and her husband hit a rough patch in their relationship and they decided to split up. A few months later, Lydia decided to apply for child support. To begin this process, they needed to establish paternity, so both parents were told that they needed to take a DNA test. This is usually called establishing paternity. We're making sure that the male is in fact the father of these children. When they got the DNA test results back, the father was in fact the father, 100% match. But when it came to Lydia, there was a 0% match with each of her kids. When the court system got the results back, they thought Lydia was doing something fraudulent. They immediately opened a case against her, thinking that she was trying to obtain benefits for kids that weren't even hers. So instead of moving on in her life and collecting benefits for her children, she's facing the court system. Lydia knows for a fact that she is the mother of these children. She gave birth to each and every one of them. How in the world is she going to be able to prove that these are her kids? Finally, something changes. Because Lydia is pregnant, the courts decide to appoint a social worker to be there to verify the birth of her child. They watch this baby be delivered out of Lydia's body. They immediately give a DNA test to both Lydia and the newborn baby. They get the DNA test results back, and Lydia is not the mother. They test the DNA in Lydia's hair, and it is not a match with her children. They also test the DNA in Lydia's skin, and it is not a match with her children. Finally, things change for Lydia when a lawyer reaches out. He said that he had a client that was dealing with a similar DNA situation. He lets Lydia know that he thinks that she may be a chimera. What exactly is a chimera? Well, when Lydia was in her mother's stomach, there's a good chance that there was actually a twin pregnancy that they didn't know about. One of the twins would not have made it, so Lydia would have then absorbed her twin's DNA. They check DNA from multiple areas of Lydia's body. And finally, they find the DNA that matches her children while doing a pap smear. After a long and exhausting struggle, Lydia was finally able to regain some peace and child support into her life. Imagine being told that you and your kids need to take a DNA test in order to prove that their father.
Now that is crazy. Now that is crazy. That you did not know you was a twin, and you absorb your twin's DNA into your body, and you go take a DNA test, and it's coming up that you're not the kid's mother because you didn't got your twin's DNA. They got your twins' DNA. Have y'all ever heard of that before? Let me see what you said. You said, yep, and that's why I'm glad my mother talked me into getting an older house with old build right foundation. Those newer houses be grown together cheaply, cheap material to flip Mama knows best. Yes, these new houses that's being built from the ground up. If y'all see all that, what do they call it? Sheetrock? Sheep? What do they call it? What is it called? That cheap plywood and stuff they putting up there now. They putting that cheap. They putting all that plywood up there, and those houses they will flood, and if a big hurricane anything come, they're gonna tear them down. They're not building the houses like they built them in the 60s and 70s. These houses that's getting built now, they're cheaply built. They're cheaply built. They if you go by people that's getting houses built from the ground up, you will see that material that they're using to build those houses. They using that cheap looking plywood. That's not the plywood and stuff that they made that they built the houses in the 60s and 70s with. That's not the same. The houses that they building now are being built by that cheap plywood. So I would rather get an older house. Because my house was built in the 70s. So these new houses, they're not what it is. They are being cheaply built. Now, the aesthetics in the house look good and everything like that, but it's not. It's the cheap material that they use to build the house. You're absolutely right. I hope the truth will come out. Truthfully, it is a lot to I'm told. Yeah. Lydia is a Yep. She observed her twin. Read about this, but with a man instead. Oh, okay. Yep, that's one in every billion chance. I have a cousin observed her twin brother. Really? He was in her left ovary and fallopian tube. Oh, wow. Okay, houses built in the 1920s are solid as a rock. Yes. You said most of these houses are kids. Yes, these new houses that's being built, I'm telling you, I be going past new build houses, and the material that they using now is no good. That plywood that they putting up there, unless you request that they use some other different wood, they're going to use that plywood. They're going to use that plywood. And unless you tell them, but you know it's going to be more, but it will be worth it. It will be worth it. I wouldn't no. And you know, and you got to make sure you ask for the right insurance for your house. You got to make sure you ask for the right insurance. You know, I even got the insurance like if the house, you know, get burnt down or something like that, they give you money for a hotel and money for you to rent you another house until your house is built. I made sure I got all of that with my house. Some people don't got that either. And I was luckily, you know, when I got my insurance that I had got the sewage and sub pump backup insurance. So, yeah. And a lot of people, they didn't have that flood insurance. And Trump, the orange man ain't giving nobody no FEMA money. Because I haven't heard about no FEMA money or anything. They said they trying to ask for it, but I don't think he's budging. Like he didn't want to give Texas no money or North Carolina no money. I think they got what, $750 if I'm not mistaken. North Carolina did. I think they got $750 if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So let's see here. Let's see here. You said my youngest set has 2 different blood types. Really? And their twins have 2 different blood types? Wow. Okay. All right, guys. Let me see here. You know, yeah, and you know, people when if people don't know any better, they'll think that you didn't cheated on them or anything. They, you know, because they don't know. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we don't, know and things like that. All right, guys, we're going to move on to this story right here, guys. We got to be careful at these restaurants. We got to be careful at these restaurants, guys, because these workers some of them are frustrated and things like that. And some of the employees are just downright rude. So we're going to move on to this story from Wingstop, where somebody got grease thrown on them, this hot ass grease. So we're going to move on to this story here. A Memphis Wingstop employee arrested after throwing hot grease on two customers during an argument about their 61-cent balance. Reportedly burned 18% of one victim's face and body. Over 61 cents? You got to be kidding me. You going to jail for 61 cents, lady. You said, yep, I have an old stone house, but it's beautiful and has been taken very well care of before me for 30 years. But my cousin is a plumber and said my pipes are real brass and steel. Okay, all right. All right, Lady Pooh. All right, good night. Thank you so much for coming over to support the channel. Now, guys, we're going to move over here to this story here from Wingstop. People got 18% of their body burned for 61 cents. 61 cents.
Top employees facing charges after police say she threw hot cooking oil on customers after an argument. This happened 2 weeks ago at a location on Winchester Road. Tonight, 25-year-old Janisa Herring is charged with aggravated assault. Fox 13 Sierra Jordan is live at Regional 1 Hospital. That's where one of the victims is still being treated for severe burns. Sierra, what's the latest on that person's condition?
Well, Daryl, one of the victims has second-degree burns to 18% of her body. She is now recovering here at Regional 1. Now, Memphis police were called to the Wingstop on Winchester Road just after midnight on July 22nd. Police say two customers came into the business to pick up their food order. The customer and employee suspect, 25-year-old Janisa Herring, got into a disagreement about the bill. The customers were 61 cents short. Police say Herring went into the kitchen, grabbed a bowl, filled it with hot cooking oil, and threw it at the customers. One woman was hit in the face and suffered second-degree burns to 18% of her body. She was rushed here to Regional 1. The second customer was burned on her right shoulder. Now, Fox 13 spoke with customers outside the store.
Fast food restaurants and customer service is not the same like it used to be.
Lack of care. They just give their food and kind of walk away. You can't really talk to them about, make sure you got this right or that right. And people go back in there to tell them that they got their order wrong, and they just kind of look at them like it's not their fault.
So it's kind of like they have like a short temper.
Yeah.
Again, Herring is charged with aggravated assault. She is scheduled to be in court on the 25th. Daryl?
That's Fox 13 Sierra Jordan live in the medical district tonight. Wingstop employees facing charges after police say she threw hot cooking oil on customers after an argument. This happened 2 weeks ago at a location on Winchester Road. Tonight, 25-year-old Janisa Herring is charged with aggravated assault. Fox 13 Sierra Jordan is live at Regional 1.
Now, guys, do y'all think it's this serious to throw grease on everybody? You out there in the line waiting for your food. You get mad because the customer's talking about 61 cents. Why you got to throw grease on everybody out there? It's just not safe, guys. It's not safe. It's not safe. She let her anger consume her to the point of no. Yes, and it's terrible. It's terrible. We got people at McDonald's. She get into a fight. She got the whole basket of fries out there throwing them at people. Now we got Wingstop. People throwing hot grease on you from the chicken. It's not safe out here. If you don't want to do your job, you're having a bad day, just go home or don't come in. Because that's what you signed up for. You know, I understand, you know, nowadays 61 cents is a lot to people because of, what's going on out here in the world. That's a lot to some people. You know, everybody is counting every penny they got, nowadays. And I feel it. Everybody's counting their money nowadays. So I understand, but I wouldn't, take it to that far where you're throwing hot cooking grease, chicken grease on everybody. And one person is severely burned. So you gonna go to jail for 61 cents, ma'am. You could have just gave her 61 cents just to go and get her out the stove. Here, I'll give you the 61 cents out of my pocket. Just, dollar. Here you go. Just that simple to diffuse the situation. Just saying, guys, it don't have to be that serious for people to do that. It's not that serious. It is not that serious. We're gonna move on to, y'all know we got to do our Black History. We got to do that, guys. We got to do our Black History. Let's see here. Now, a lot of people don't know this about King. We're gonna get into this fun fact here. So they're saying here MLK did not blank from the bullet that he was pow with. He was smothered by someone in the hospital and died there. Coretta Scott King sued the state and won. Also in the 1999, the U.S. government was found guilty in the court of law for conspiracy to unalive him. They say, why didn't they teach us this in school? Right. They never taught us this in school, but I heard this before. I want to know if y'all heard it. That he would have, Martin Luther King would have still been alive. He was not unalive by him being pow. Somebody, one of the nurses in that hospital, took a pillow, allegedly, and smothered him in the hospital. Because y'all do know that he was getting ready to start another march. He wanted reparations for all the Black people. He was getting ready to start a march, and he was going to start boycotting a lot of stuff, and he wanted to get us reparations, and they couldn't have that. So one of the nurses in the hospital smothered him. And by him, being pow, he really didn't have a strength to do what he needed to do. But from my knowledge, it was a nurse. Now, she could have had backup with her as well, but somebody smothered him in the hospital. So he was not unalive from the pow. He was smothered, and she sued them. They never disclosed how much money she sued them for, but she did. And this is stuff they don't teach you in school. They tell you the same story. Oh, he was pow, but he wasn't. So this is him in the hospital. And I think this is him in the casket here. I think so. Let me know what y'all think. Did y'all hear that before, that he wasn't unalive by the pow? He was smothered in the hospital. Let me know if y'all heard that before. A lot of people said they never heard that, but I've been heard that. I always know he wasn't unalive that way, but a lot of people did not know that. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, we got another Black History fact. Yeah, and back in those days, they didn't have security or anything like that. Yep, he was unalive that way. So we got another Black History fact, guys. Y'all know we got to do our Black History.
history you should know. Now, this is the hidden history of Memorial Day that's been hidden from many of our history books. Just like everything else, it started with Black American freedmen. Here is the backstory. When Charleston, South Carolina surrendered during the Civil War, all those enslaved were immediately freed. Now, after Confederate troops fled in defeat, freed Blacks were almost the only individuals left in the city at this time. One of the first things the newly freed did was give the fallen Union soldiers, black and white, a proper burial by removing their bodies from mass graves and burying them in a cemetery that they built themselves to show a sign of respect and appreciation for them. Later, on May 1st, 1865, a crowd of 10,000 people, mostly freed slaves, staged a parade in Charleston, now known as the Hampton Park area. Now, Black school children carried bouquets of flowers and sang. Members of the Black Confederate and Union regiments performed double-time marches as Black ministers prayed and took turns citing verses from the Bible. This tribute gave birth to an American tradition of Memorial Day. Now, it was not recognized until the 1960s when Memorial Day became the official name, but regardless, the first observance of Memorial Day can be traced back to Black American freedmen. Don't ever let white supremacists tell you a thing about ever being unpatriotic. Black Americans fought in every single war this country has had and did what was needed to be done even when we weren't always appreciated or acknowledged. Happy Memorial Day. Black American freedmen history you should know. Now, this is the hidden history of Memorial Day that's been hidden from many of our history books. Just like everything else, it started with Black American freedmen. Here is the backstory. When Charleston, South Carolina surrendered during the Civil War, all those enslaved were immediately freed. Now, after Confederate troops fled in defeat, freed Blacks were almost the only individuals left in the city at this time. One of the first things the newly freed did was give the fallen Union soldiers, black and white, a proper burial by removing their bodies from mass graves and burying them in a cemetery that they built themselves to show a sign of respect and appreciation for them. Later, on May 1st, 1865, a crowd of 10,000 people, mostly freed slaves, staged a parade in Charleston, now known as the Hampton Park area. Now, Black school children carried bouquets of flowers and sang. Members of the Black Confederate and Union regiments performed double-time marches as Black ministers prayed and took turns citing verses from the Bible. This tribute gave birth to an American tradition of Memorial Day. Now, it was not recognized until the 1960s when Memorial Day became the official name, but regardless, the first observance of Memorial Day can be traced back to Black American freedmen. Don't ever let white supremacists tell you a thing about ever being unpatriotic. Black Americans fought in every single war this country has had and did what was needed to be done even when we weren't always appreciated or acknowledged. Happy Memorial Day.
All right, did everybody know that? Did everybody know that? Let me know if y'all knew that. So, okay, Debbie said don't let the orange man hear that. And one more thing, I just want y'all to hear it from him himself, what he was going to do. Because a lot of people, they have to hear it for themselves, what he was going to do. And that's why he was taken out of here, guys. That's why he was taken out of here, because they didn't want him to do this.
Today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington In this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
So the documents they found.
That no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma, and that can never be overlooked. So I think these things are absolutely necessary. The other thing is that America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base, and yet it refused to give its black peasants, that no other ethnic group who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, they don't look over the legacy of slavery and segregation. I believe we ought to do all we can and seek to lift ourselves by our own bootstraps, but it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And many Negroes, by the thousands and millions, have been left bootless as a result of all of these years of oppression and as a result of a society that deliberately made his color a stigma and something worthless and degrading. Who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free.
So basically what he's saying is that how are we going to lift ourselves by our bootstraps when we didn't have any damn boots to lift ourselves from? But they gave the other people, the other immigrants, money and things like that to get started with, but they never gave the colored people a damn thing. And we worked for free. Our ancestors worked for free, picking cotton, and didn't get shit. But you gave the other people reparation and didn't give us shit. So that's what he was going to do before he got taken out of here. And they knew that, and it was in the FBI files and everything, you know, because the orange man decided to put everything out there, thought he was hurting him. But in reality, people found out. And that's why, allegedly, in my very own opinion, that he was taken out of here. Because y'all know, when he started marching and doing stuff, things got done. So that's why, and my belief, allegedly, that they took him out of here. So important to boycott, no spending on August 17th and September 17th. I'm with you with that. I'm with you with that. My degree is real. They said if we fail to correct things, we are prone to repeat history. And here we are in 2025. You're right about that. And another thing they said, guys, is that we made it. One thing they trying to say is that we should have never did integration. They said, what if I told you integration was one of the most, what did they say here? Detrimental events to the Black community. This is what they saying right here. Let me let y'all see it. Because y'all know why? They said that, now, I'm not racist or nothing, but I'm just telling y'all what's going on here. It was detrimental events to the Black community. Black entrepreneurship decreased. Black unemployment increased. Black marriages decreased, and single parent homes increased. They didn't integrate us to give us equity. They integrated us because we did far better than expected without them. And I believe that. Because think about it, Black people are the most spenders in the world, right? We spend a lot. We shop a lot, right? So think about this. You think they integrated us for their benefit? They integrated us for their benefit. Because if we spent a lot and we would spend a lot among us, we would make us rich, right? We wouldn't be making all the Black people rich because we keeping our money in the Black community. So they think by integrating us, they did us a favor. But to me, they did us a disfavor. To me. Because they wanted some of the Black dollar. But just think about it. If we would have never integrated and we kept all of our Black businesses and all of our money in our community, how much more powerful that we would be today. Just think about that. If we would have stayed segregated and did what we've been doing, shopping, just kept our businesses, the Black Wall Streets and stuff could have kept going and things like that, we would have been farther along than what we are now. Just think about that. We should have, I'm just saying, y'all. That's just my opinion. Y'all got y'all own opinion. Tell me what do y'all think about that. Let me know y'all opinion. Let me know y'all opinion of what y'all think. And do y'all know that there are so many towns that are built on top of Black towns that were doing good? There are so many towns built on top of Black towns that were doing good. Built on top of them. Did y'all know there was once a thriving Black town known as Willard, sits beneath the Dulles International Airport? Look at this. Let me show y'all one more thing here. Look at this. This is the airport, and this was the Black town. See there? The airport is sitting on top of this Black town. Look at these Black people. They were doing good to me. Nice houses and everything. But then they go put the fucking airport on top of it. Just saying. Just saying, y'all. Let me go back. Look at this. Everything of the Black people, they put stuff over. So Willard is underneath the damn airport. Just saying. Let me know what y'all think about this. Everything is always on top. They'll leave the town there and then build something over it. And guys, did y'all see that as well where Lake Lanier? Why is the Caucasian people out there baptizing people in Lanier in Lake Lanier? Keep going out there baptizing people. Your ass gonna get pulled under there. Keep going out there baptizing people. Your ass gonna get pulled under there. But they think it's funny and think it's nothing wrong. Why would you be going out there baptizing clear people in that water? Just saying. They going out there baptizing clear people in the damn water. Your ass gonna get pulled under there. Keep going out there messing with Lake Lanier. That's all I got to tell you. Keep going out there messing around with Lake Lanier. Your ass gonna get pulled under there. Going out there baptizing people in that water. Yeah, they know the history, but they want to keep going out there playing with that water, playing in that lake. Your ass gonna get pulled under there. And then y'all won't take your ass back out there and try to baptize nobody else. Oh, we're gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me tell y'all something. This painting right here, we see it in Good Times, and I never knew where that paint came from. And y'all know who has the original, and it cost so much money? Right here, this painting right here. Let me know if y'all know about this painting. Because I told you I'm putting Black history into all of my lives. We're going to learn about this painting right here. Let me know if y'all remember this painting.
Player painted this. It's one of the most popular paintings in African American art. It's called the Sugar Shack. It was painted by this man, Ernie Barnes. Ernie grew up in segregated North Carolina, near the bottom. His mother taught him to nourish his artistic curiosity, and even while he was a football player, he continued to paint and draw, and he got the nickname Big Rembrandt. He played professional football for several different teams throughout America, but in 1965, he had a career-ending foot injury. But the owner of the Jets was so impressed by his artistic skills that they hired him as an artist, and they told him, "We think that you have more value as an artist than as a football player." He made his artistic debut at New York City's Grand Central Art Gallery, and his works sold immediately. This marked his official shift from the gridiron to the gallery. Ernie Barnes had a touring exhibition throughout America called The Beauty of the Ghetto. This is where he elevated Black American life with dignity and joy. His most iconic work was the Sugar Shack. It showed up in several different places, once on Marvin Gaye's album cover, and then also on the television show Good Times. It's also seen as the inspiration for one of the first Sinners covers as well. He framed a lot of his paintings on distressed wood, paying homage to his father's hard work. And he developed a distinctive style. In 2022, a replica of the Sugar Shack sold for $15 million. The original is in the personal collection of Eddie Murphy.
The painting from the beginning of Good Times. I have that painting there. You still have it? The Sugar Shack. I thought you sold that painting. The duplicate of that painting. Ernie Barnes, who painted the original, painted the duplicate, and the duplicate just sold at Christie's for like over $1 million. $16 million. $16 million for the duplicate. You have the real one. I have the real one. Oh boy! You got a lot. I hope the house is locked up. Hey, you know, I think I paid $50,000 for that picture. Wow! From Marvin, after Marvin Gaye passed away, I bought it from his estate.
A football player painted this. It's one of the most
Now, I never knew the name of that at all. I never knew the name of that painting. I know I saw it in Good Times. I know I saw it on a Marvin Gaye cover from my mom, of course, when I was younger. I never knew it was called the Sugar Shack. I never knew a Black man painted that. He was a football player. He got injured, and he started painting. So that's the name of that picture. It's called the Sugar Shack. I never knew that. Let me know in the chat if you guys knew that. Yes, thank God it's in the hands of a Black man. Eddie Murphy has it. He said he bought it from Marvin Gaye's estate. But there's a duplicate going around, and that duplicate sold for $15 million. So imagine what Eddie Murphy's is worth, and he has the original. And those other ones, those other paintings of his, I've never seen those before. And those are good. Those are great paintings that a Black man drew. So those are great. And like I say, I'm going to bring y'all a lot of, Black history stuff, because I'm learning just like y'all learning about stuff. And I think that we all should learn stuff together. So, each one of my lives, I try to put, Black history stuff in here that maybe that I didn't know, or, we learning stuff together. So I think that, it's good to incorporate into our lives, into my lives. So, we learning stuff together. But I never knew that was called the Sugar Shack. I never knew that painting was called that at all. Hello, PK Joe. Hello. Yeah, so Eddie Murphy, he's been holding on to that painting for quite a while. So y'all drop me a comment and let me know what you guys want to see more of. Let me know if you guys like the Black history that I've incorporated into my lives. Let me know if y'all like that. And then also let me know what you guys want to see more of, and I'll incorporate it into our lives and things like that. Because I don't want to talk about mess all the time. I want us to also learn something from our lives, as well. So when I do lives, I want us to also learn stuff too. We can do messy stuff too, but I also want us to learn stuff as well. About us. So let me know. Oh, thank you, Miss D. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Yeah, I want to do that as well. I love learning different stuff about our history. So I love it. So I just want to make sure you guys like it as well. All right, guys, we've been on here for 2 hours now. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to get off here, but I thank each and every one of you guys for giving me y'all time and coming over here, listening to my live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And guys, y'all can support the channel if y'all would like. And also make sure you guys are liking the video, liking the live, and sharing it as well. And make sure if you're not subscribed to my channel, think about becoming a subscriber. I would really love to have you as a subscriber because I'm trying to grow the channel. All right, everybody. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Good night. See you guys tomorrow. Good night. All right, good night, everyone.